Hi, my name is Jeff Lovejoy, and I'm talking to Rachel Eisaman. Good morning. Good afternoon, Rachel. Sorry, I lost track of time.
Good afternoon, Jeff. Well, it's barely afternoon, so you're almost
Barely.
right.
I guess
Yeah.
I get away with that.
Yeah.
So, Rachel, tell me how you got started in the real estate business.
Well, it's actually a little different than real estate, what we do, but my background is in interior design. And so as a designer, I was looking for people that could kind of pick up on the maintenance and upkeep of properties after the design project was done. And there really wasn't anyone in the market that I was seeing that was servicing that specific niche. And so that's kind of, need is the mother of invention, or however that goes. But yeah, there was a hole in the market. And so we decided that we could fill it.
Got it. And so you started Joli Residential. How long ago?
9 years.
9
Yeah.
years ago. Good for
Well,
you.
a little shy of 9 years. So November will officially be 9 years.
Got it. So, who are your ideal clients? Who, as you think about your best clients, who are they?
Well, as the business has transformed and morphed, we really work with successful homeowners, successful professionals that are busy enough in their professional life or in their family life that they understand that their home is one of their largest assets, one of the biggest investments that they've made, but maybe don't have the time to fully take care of it, or don't have the energy or even the desire to fully take care of it in the way that homes should be taken care of. Or maybe they just don't even know fully what needs to happen, right? So there are a lot of people who are like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to get the gutters cleaned. And then they forget. And then, 6 months later, they're like, oh yeah, the gutters. And, it just never happens. So we kind of come in and help homeowners with their to-do list, make sure that everything gets done, that the priorities for home maintenance are really handled well. And that, they don't end up in a situation where they're having a $20,000 repair to the side of the house because the gutters weren't functioning properly when a $200 cleaning could have solved the problem.
Yep. So so is that almost like a concierge type of service?
It absolutely is. Home concierge. So we call ourselves personal project managers for homeowners. So whatever those personal projects are, and we have a couple different ways that we engage with clients, and it could be a project by project basis. For instance, after, quarantine and the pandemic, everything that's been going on in the world, a lot of people want to increase their outdoor living space. So we've been working with people on how to manage outdoor living space, creating decks, working with, contractors to make sure things are built out the way they want. Or we could do a subscription program, which is a monthly fee for ongoing, maintenance and upkeep services.
So are you actually then getting involved in talking and helping the homeowner figure out what they really want from a decking and a landscaping perspective, and then kind of serving as almost a middle person between them and the contractor?
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Go on. We're sort of the homeowner's representative.
Got it. Yeah, got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you actually get involved in figuring out and recommending which contractor to use and to taking bids and all of that?
Yeah, we'll absolutely manage that part of the process. And of course, if somebody has, say electrician they've used for the past 20 years, we will absolutely work with their electrician. What I like to think of it as is being that middleman between the homeowner and the contractor, or the vendor of any type coming to the property. We kind of smooth the language. We're a little bit of the interpreter, right? So when the plumber starts talking about P-traps or this valve or that valve, and the homeowner's eyes kind of roll back in their head thinking, oh my gosh, I have no idea. What does that mean? We can, say, okay, here's what this really means. It's just that little U-shaped part underneath your sink, it's, and make that an easier conversation. The other thing that it really helps is it transforms in a lot of ways what is a B2C connection, right? So your plumber to your homeowner, and it makes it a little bit more of a B2B, because then the plumber is interacting with Joli, right? And so while it's still that residential touch, it changes the relationship, because Joli manages, X number of properties. We represent more than just one homeowner. And so there's a little bit of pull there. I've been lucky enough to not have a ton of emergencies to deal with, but in those moments I can say, oh my gosh, I need you here right now. And because there's a strong relationship with whoever the contractor is, they understand that we're serious about it.
Yeah, boy, that sounds like a very valuable service. And I imagine as well, the fact that you're kind of seeing the project through the homeowner's eyes, you're able to anticipate issues that neither the homeowner nor the contractor anticipated on the front end. So that reduces the likelihood of change orders and all of that added expense because you've talked about it on the front end.
Absolutely. Well, and even for the subscription clients, we're able to recognize potential problems in a house before the homeowner necessarily would. So before they've even called in a contractor, we can say, hey, there's this thing we're seeing. Let's take a look at it. Your hot water heater has started to leak. That's usually a sign that it could go. And most people have their hot water heaters in their basement with all of their other things that they're storing in their basement, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So once it starts, let's go ahead and handle it before you have that explosion. Because I can tell you, if something's going to go wrong in your house, the oven is going to die in the middle of cooking Thanksgiving dinner, right? Your HVAC system is going to stop heating on the coldest day of the year. That's just, the law of the world. So if we can come in and stay on top of those things, then seamlessly things work the way they're supposed to.
Excellent. Excellent. So this sounds like a really valuable service. Are you what's the geographic breadth? I mean, are you inside perimeter only? Are you Metro Atlanta? Are you Georgia? Are you Southeast?
It depends on the projects a little bit. One side of the business that we haven't talked about yet is we do move management, full move management. And the move management piece we can do for anybody. We can do anywhere in the state of Georgia. We've gone to other states and done it for people, bringing them into Atlanta or moving them out of Atlanta. For the house management piece and individual project management, right now it's mostly inside the perimeter, and that is a factor of traffic more than anything else. However, I am speaking with someone later this week, actually, about possibly opening up in Athens. So there is possibility to expand into other areas.
Got it. Not as a franchise, or not? It's just an employee.
Yeah, it's just having someone else who can manage that market and is located in that area. And yeah.
Yep. Excellent. Excellent. So, what's been the biggest impact for you in this whole COVID pandemic thing, where people are kind of hesitant about letting others in the house and they're being cautious about? How has that impacted you?
Well, so there were about 3 weeks there in the very beginning when everybody was really stuck inside their houses, and there was, people weren't letting us in. There wasn't a comfort level. Everybody, I think, was really nervous about what was going on, how we were going to handle it. And I realized that because this business is so reliant on getting into people's homes, what are we going to do? The word of 2020 is pivot, especially in the business world, right? And so what was my pivot? And we started working on an essential homeownership course, which will be something that we're trying to launch later this year. That's online. People can access, kind of the homeowners 101. This is what you need to be doing. This is the information you have to have for your house. We're working on a workbook that'll go with it, that'll have, where people can fill in the specific information of their home. So something that can be done a little bit more remotely. One of the other things is we figured out how to do our home audits virtually. So a home audit is where we would come and, they may not necessarily hire us to manage the work, but they want to get their to-do list together and they want to know who to talk to and what to prioritize. And so we would come through, do a walk around with the homeowner and create kind of that punch list for them. And so we were able to put that, thanks to Zoom and all of the video technology out there, we're able to do that fully online and fully virtual now. So that's been really nice as well.
Yeah, excellent. So those are two great pivot strategies. So are you now finding that what's the right word? The concern about having people in the house is lessening, and you're able to get back to more of where you were back in January, or is it still there? It's still impacting you.
Well, there are kind of two sides to that. So people are more open to having us in their house. One, we
Good.
show up fully geared out, right? We got the masks, shoe covers, gloves. We're not going to be bringing anything in, or we're going to be reducing, any sort of contact in that level. And the other side of it is I think people have been in their homes for long enough. We're all staring at our own walls and thinking, oh my gosh, I just need to get these things fixed. I need to change it. And if I'm going to be here day in and day out, let's go ahead and make it the best that it could be.
Yep. 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 I know in talking to a lot of remodelers, they're just running flat out for that very reason, that people are sitting at home and their house is not their dream home that they want it to be. And now they're using today as the opportunity to start down that path of making it their dream home.
Well, and I think the other thing that comes with that is because we're home, we're not going out to eat as much. Vacations are almost stopped, all of that thing. So there's a little bit more disposable income for people to put towards some of these projects where they may have been saving for, an international trip or whatever else it was.
Right. Right. Yeah. Excellent. So it's said that smart people learn from the mistakes of others, but that smart people learn from the mistakes they make. Wise people learn from the mistake of others. Mm-hmm. What can you pass along to people that watch this video in terms of things that you learned, mistakes you made, or lessons you learned in dealing with this whole pandemic thing?
Oh man. I think the biggest thing is to be easy on yourself. We are so trained to run and run and run and run and run. And, recently the terms self-care have come into the picture and all of that. But I feel like even more so in this period of time, relax and understand that everybody is going through something. Everybody's world has changed. It wasn't just yours. And one of the things I started doing is a lot more yoga, and just realizing that there are days where it just doesn't feel good. There's a whole lot of bad happening and we all take that weight on ourselves. And so putting something in place where you can kind of process and take a time to be calm and, it's been so huge for me. And it's one of those things that I always said I would do. Yes, I love it. I'll get into it. I'll do more of it one day. And now I'm doing it almost daily, just in that mode of how to relax. It's okay. That's
great. That's a great insight. I've not heard anyone else say things like that. I mean, that's great insights. Everybody is more focused on this is what I did in my business, or but to your point, it's just there's so much stress that people are going through right now, and you just you got to you're not helping yourself by being overwhelmed by the stress. You might as well just kind of take that old chill pill like you're doing.
Yeah.
Your yoga,
Exactly.
Do yoga, get out, go for walks, go exercise, do something.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's great advice. What inspires you these days?
Oh my gosh, I'm inspired by so many things. I mean, I love everything that's out there online and available to us as far as business education now. I love all of the freebies, the free workshops and all of that. I feel like there's so much information that we're getting access to, which is really incredible and super inspiring. Podcasts are huge. There's so many incredible information, or so many people sharing incredible information out there. And then, I'm just a little bit of a nature geek. And so anytime I can get out into the woods near water, we have a couple rose bushes at the front edge of our property. And so when I walk the dog in the morning, I just literally stop and smell the roses, although ours aren't super fragrant, but it's just looking at them. And, it's just that little moment of happy,
You take weekends or a day and go up in the North Georgia mountains and just hike around or?
Yeah, absolutely. And sit by the river. I love that.
Yeah, yeah. You throw a little bait in the river and try to bring something out?
I've never been much of a fisherman, but I appreciate the people who could. If it were up to me, if I had to do it for survival, I think I might starve. I'd have to go to hopefully find enough berries somewhere.
Got it. So, in summary, what I'm hearing is, I love the comments about what inspires you. What I'm hearing is yours is a company that works with homeowners to help them get focused on A, the maintenance of what they need to do to be maintaining the house, and B, to be a resource for them to use in thinking through how they can create their dream home. And then there's the other side of it, that's the moving, which I guess is literally the helping people move from one location to the next.
It is, and it's a little bit more in that project management side, right? So we'll come in and help them get the house ready for listing. So even before it goes on the market, there are some things you need to do. Usually it's got to be painted, or we got to switch this light fixture out, or those kind of things. So we'll help them through those projects, and then we'll help them pack up. We'll contract and work with the movers, and even on the other side, we'll unpack and fully set them up. And my team is all professional organizers. So when people get set up, they are organized and ready to hit the ground running. All the boxes are removed. It's no longer a 6-month unpack process. We can usually do it in 4 days.
Yep. And on the other side, the concierge side, you've got contractors that you've vetted, that you've used, so that you bring that to the homeowner, because they're not having to go out and talk to somebody that they've never dealt with before. They're relying on you to vet them, and
exactly.
So I'm sure that I'm getting a high quality plumber when I work through Rachel.
Yeah.
Great.
Absolutely.
Rachel, how do people connect with you?
So the website is a great place. Joli, which is Joli, there is no E on the end, joliresidential.com. You can click through there, and if someone's interested in a home audit, they can book a home audit there. They can also book a consultation. We'll do a 20-minute phone consultation if they just want to kind of get a feel for what things are. Follow us on Instagram, and keep looking out for Joli in the next couple of months. Like I said, as we're launching a couple more things, some of the new online offerings, that sort of thing.
Excellent. Well, thanks so much for your time. I've really enjoyed getting to learn a little bit more about Joli. And again, I love that, take the chill pill. I think that's great advice. And you've done well to pivot. You're right. Pivot's the word of the year, I think. And you've certainly embodied that with your online stuff and developing your courses. So thanks very much, Rachel. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate it.